Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful people, fans of the Carthage Firebirds, we are back. We are back on the lives, all right? And Mr. Marquette is already in the building. Biggest fan of the weekly walkthrough, without a doubt, hands down. No one can question this man's loyalty to the walkthrough. He's big time. Now tonight we got Coach Haas, head football coach. He's the man amongst boys. He's the legend. He's the dude of all dudes. You guys know who he is. He's been on here about 12 times now. But let's introduce the players tonight. We're gonna start off with a man that plays linebacker, old Chris DeVito, man. A dude that brings more energy to the football field than I think a lightning strike. Okay, this dude brings the juice, brings the energy all day, every day. Starting quarterback wears the greatest quarterback of all time number, Tom Brady. Christian, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good. Good. How about you?
Good. What's up, Coach Haas?
How come you didn't say Aaron Rodgers?
Well, Tom Brady is sadly better than Aaron Rodgers, Coach Haas.
Oh man, that's debatable, Dunks. I mean, what has Tom Brady done?
Won 7 Super Bowls, but we can save that topic for another day, another episode. Kyle Williamson, what's up, man? Welcome into the program. Tight end, 88. Balls out, man. That's what Kyle does.
Thank you.
He brings the juice too on the offensive side of the ball. We love Kyle. But how you boys doing tonight? Everybody doing good?
Fantastic. Couldn't be better.
Right.
All right, bet. Coach Haas, first question's going to you like always. We got to start it off fast. Obviously, by now you watched the North Central game. That's the opponent this week, number 1 team in the land, comes to R. Keller Field. What type of challenge does North Central pose? And what do you most look forward to about this weekend being the home opener?
Yeah, I mean, they're a really good football team. They're not – you don't get ranked number 1 in the country if you're not, pretty good. I think the biggest thing is they have great team speed. I think you can see it on both sides of the ball. They've got a running back that led the country in rushing last year, one of the top wide receivers in the country, as well as a quarterback that, as a freshman took him to the national championship game. And they've got some pretty good compliments around that guy on offense. Return for their 5 starting offensive linemen as well. So a really good team on offense, and I think they complement that on defense as well. Again, return quite a few starters from a team that went to a national championship, and when you watch them on defense, they get after it up front against the run and the pass. They got 4 D linemen that are big guys, that are explosive guys, and then in that back 7 flies around. They know what they're doing. They play fast, and really it's going to be a good challenge for us. Obviously, anytime you can get the number 1 team in the country playing at your place, it's exciting. We're excited for the atmosphere, excited to see the fans show up and watch us play our brand of football.
Yeah, Coach Haas, just to follow up on that atmosphere that you were talking about, what type of things are in store pregame? I know last year you guys made that a real big point of emphasis to bring a lot of things out pregame, get the fans out. What's on the docket this year, man?
Well, same stuff, man. We got the tailgate fields opening at 10 a.m. We got the bounce houses going live, and once the game starts getting underway, you got to mosey on over to that beer tent right in the north end zone there.
Love it, absolutely love it. Now, boys, I'll start with Christian tonight. Christian, I'm gonna start with you. How you feel about the number 1 team coming into your place? How we feeling? How's the vibe? What's going on with you?
I'm excited. I feel like everybody's excited. Haas, pointed out a little bit, in the earlier meeting today when we had it at 6 a.m. But it's a big opportunity for everybody. Like we said, they're the number 1 team in the country. So, this is our chance to go out there and, show that, we're not that team that we were 2 weeks ago and, show what we're about.
No, DeVito, defensively, obviously, like Coach Haas mentioned, got a lot of talent on that side of the ball. What's one thing that you as a defense are looking forward to capitalizing on this upcoming week?
Well, we got to first play assignment sound. That's the biggest part for our defense. We got to be able to be physical, not get pushed around, be able to fill our gaps. and not make mental errors. And then obviously tackling, got to get them down, hit them low. Don't go high. Don't let them get extra yards.
Now, DeVito, with your position, why don't you give the listeners a little insight about what exactly you play at that linebacker spot?
So I'm an outside linebacker. Basically, got to be able to fill the run, got to be able to play coverage, got to be able to spy the quarterback, got to be able to do a little bit of everything out there.
I love that. I love that. Now, Kyle, for you, your tight end group, obviously very talented at the skill positions this season. What's one thing you guys are kind of looking forward to in this matchup with number one North Central coming into your building?
Big thing I think for like working with in this bye week, and I know working this week is working on our physicality. I know the tight ends want to redeem themselves with that, including myself. As always with big teams like this, I'm always excited to play that kind of competition and see how I edge up and how my teammates edge up and how we work as a unit. I'm excited to go against fifth year Dan Gilroy. Been watching a lot of film on him, and I remember playing him in the past, and it's always been a good competition. So I'm excited to compete and ready to go to work this week.
That's terrific, Kyle. Now, Coach Haas, I'm going to ask you. The bye week, you had a little bit more time than usual to prepare. What does that give you an advantage heading into this week, or do you think it's a little bit of a disadvantage not being able to get that first loss out of your system right away?
No, man. I don't know if it's an advantage or disadvantage. I think it's always good to be able to focus on some of the fundamental things, which we did this week. North Central didn't play until this Saturday, so it's not like we could get a big jump on them. We had some of their personnel stuff from last year, things like that. But as new head coach, some staff changes there, so. You never know what would be different. So we spent the bye week kind of focusing on ourselves, on the fundamentals, on the things that we can do. And then this week will be all North Central prep.
Love to hear it. Love to see it. Christian, now for you as a quarterback, obviously, you're kind of the leader of that offense, the captain of that ship. What's the one thing, like, watching a defense on film that you're kind of looking for? What's the one thing that really stands out to you? And also when you get into that game, what's the one thing that you kind of look for right off the bat? Whether it's the first snap, first drive, first half, what's some of the things that you're looking for?
A big thing is, schematically, what type of coverages they run, and how I can how I pre-snap have an idea of what I'm about to get, that way when we get into the game, I'm not just guessing out there. I actually I have knowledge pre-snap of, okay, this guy's a line here, so I think that this is what's about to happen, and so that gives me the advantage of knowing if I have to check to a different play, or if this play I'm going here with the ball. So that's the big thing that you look for, on film, just knowing, their little tendencies and, ways that they tip their head of, what they're about to do.
There you go. CB, man, what's the go-to pregame song?
For me,
Ooh.
I don't know. That's kind of tough. I'm a little different than everyone else. I kind of been listening to a lot of Florida Georgia Line, Machine Gun Kelly, that kind of stuff. I know Kyle doesn't like that kind of stuff, but
Florida Georgia Line. That's interesting. I like that though.
What?
What's the song? Like, what Florida Georgia Line song?
Dude, I play everything. I just go right through them. This is how we roll. I got some Linkin Park in there. I got all kinds of stuff. Just a big playlist.
Kyle, what about you?
Oh, I am bipolar with music. I mean, it's going to go to the rap playlist, country playlist, God's Country, Blake Shelton. And that's going to go to some EDM, classic rock. It's really all over the place. I just hit shuffle and let it ride. Nothing too specific.
CB, what about you? And I mean, this has got to be a Travis song, right? Because you always go like, where's that Travis, Dunk?
Yeah, man. You already know. Anything Travis Scott, I'd go to the artist and hit mix.
All right. What's your favorite Travis song, though?
Man, Dunk, it depends. Well, I'll say this one. My favorite Travis song is not even a song that's though it's only released on SoundCloud, and it's A.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard of that, but it's A.
No.
That's if you haven't heard of it, Dunk, you need to go listen to it right after this podcast.
All right, man. Hey, I'll take your word for it.
All right.
Coach Haas, what about you? Go-to song before the game. What gets you going?
Oh, man, anything that the old Carthage College sound system is playing through the speakers. Not a big music before the game guy, you know. I'm not. I don't have the headphones in, anything like that. I get out to the field and whatever old Carthage College decides to play, that's what I'm listening to.
I got you. You like to take the scenes in, take the smell of that turf in, really, visualize that. I got you. I'm like that too. I'm not a big music guy at home. On the road, big time, but at home, I am not a fan of that. No, boys.
What's your pregame song there, Doug?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to tell you guys this. It's got to be a Nipsey Hussle song. It's got to be. I'm a huge fan of Nipsey Hussle. Obviously, rest in peace. My go-to song by him probably Victory Lap. I really like that song. It always seems to get me in the right frame of mind to go out and just feel like I'm at my best and feel like I'm feeling the best at the time. That was definitely a song that I really caught on to like during the pandemic, like when I was listening to a lot more music. Like that was the song that kind of resonated in my mind, and we're still rocking out with it now. So, but fellas, first week of classes, football, how's that balance kind of been so far? DeVito, let me start with you.
For me personally, it hasn't been that bad. I'm starting to like the 6 a.m. football, get that out of the way, to be able to focus on class and school the rest of the day. Honestly, going into it, I thought I was going to like it, but I ended up liking it way more than last year. So it's been pretty good.
That's awesome. Kyle, what about you?
Balance is good. Once we're after it, we're already up at 6 a.m., whether we're lifting and whatnot. So might as well get it all done in the morning. Leaves more time for class in the evening and homework and stuff like that. But can't complain. It's going smoother than last year. So
now, Kyle, you're a nursing major, right?
yes. Yep.
So how difficult is that to balance along with football? Is it difficult, or do they make that pretty easy on you?
You know what? I've thought about it a lot. It is very busy, but I really enjoy like the anatomy of the body, and the stuff that we do is very interesting and hands-on. So I can't really get bored of it. I really do enjoy it, and I'm grateful for that. So, I mean, it gets in the way. Long clinical days. It's like working like a little 9-to-5 job sometimes, and we're going to be practicing and then going to clinical. Me and Garrett, that'll be tough, but can't complain.
There you go, Kyle. That's great to hear. And we had Garrett on last week, and he spoke on that as well. So it was really cool to get your perspective on it. Christian, what about you? How's the first week of classes, man?
Hasn't been too bad, Dunk. Obviously the first week wasn't as busy as it's going to be. But like everybody else said, the 6 a.m. gives more time for the rest of the day. So I'm liking it more than what I thought I was going to. So that's good.
There you go. Now, Coach Haas, before the games, I know you guys have obviously a lot of recruits on campus trying to get them out, see the campus. So what is a typical home game day like for you coaches? Like, what do you guys kind of go through as a staff and as a group?
Yeah. So, 1 o'clock kick, we'll get there, between 6:30 and 7 in the morning. We always have donuts, for the guys, because everybody recruits better after they've had a donut. And then basically after that, it's just we have a staff meeting. We kind of talk about the day. We talk about who's coming recruiting wise. And then we have a walkthrough with our guys, right? We get those guys up, get them moving around, make sure they're awake and ready. And then we feed them a pregame meal, and then after that, they kind of go on their preparation, all right, whatever each guy does individually to get ready. And that's when we go with the recruits. We talk a little bit about our program, how we do things, give them a little campus tour, get them into CAF to get some lunch. And then we're down pregame. They're down on the sideline pregame, and, we're getting ready for the game after that. And then, it's showtime.
Yeah, that's awesome, Coach. Just getting that kind of perspective. Now halftime, Coach. Like for you as a coach, obviously a lot of people talk about halftime adjustments being such a big thing. Um, like what's the number one thing that you kind of look for in making halftime adjustments? Like, is it what you guys are seeing on the field? Like, is it what the guys are seeing up in the booth? Like, is it a combination of both? Like, what all goes into halftime adjustments and what you want to change from your game plan?
Yeah, the biggest thing is are they running something that's beating our scheme, or are we kind of beating ourselves? Where I think if you watch the game last weekend or 2 weekends ago, we did a lot more beating ourselves than it was their scheme beating our scheme. If it's a situation where they've got a scheme that beats our scheme, that's when we have to really adjust some stuff out of the game plan. If it's just us missing tackles or not fitting gaps, we're not making blocks or not running the right route. That's kind of the stuff we focus on. So it's different every game. It all kind of depends on what's going on, what we're seeing, and how we're executing and the things we're doing. Sometimes it's hey, keep it up. Everything's going our way. We're doing it right. Sometimes it's, hey, this is about us. We got to make tackles. We got to make blocks. And sometimes it's the scheme's crushing us and we got to get some changes made.
Coach Hans, look who's out here in the comments section. Look
I
at
see that old part-time no time can comment, but he can't get on the show, huh?
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Jake, you better get in here, man. Coach Haas gonna start roasting you, and I'm all for it. But Christian, man, Coach Haas obviously talked about that pregame routine. What's your typical pregame routine? Like, what are some things that you kind of do to get yourself prepared for game day?
Pre-game routine. Got to get a little stuff in my stomach. Whether that's any type of, well, not any type, but some type of food in my system. Obviously water, fluids, getting that in there, making sure physically that I'm where I need to be, and then mentally wise, just a lot of music. Getting in tune. A lot of Travis, a lot of just mentally, preparing. And yeah. It's about pregame. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, how many, Christian, for you as a quarterback, how many tosses does it really take to get that arm ready to roll?
I'll say about a good 15.
Okay.
15.
Okay. So that's interesting. I like that. DeVito, what about you? Pregame routine. What's kind of your, take us through your game plan for the pregame routine?
I'm pretty basic, after walkthroughs, eat some food, get some water in me, just stay off my feet, relaxed. We got to go back to the locker room a couple hours before kickoff, then get my lowers on, go to the field, do a couple 10-yard sprints, do some shuffles, just wake the legs up, get a little loose, do some hip mobility, then just go back to the locker room, get ready to go out for warm-ups, and get ready to play.
There you go. I like that. Kyle, what about you? What's your pregame routine?
It's always breakfast with the guys. I always look forward to it. Someone's always usually hyped up or laughing or, making someone laugh. Then I'm taking my boat right to Quick Trip. I love Quick Trip. So I usually go the one by Green Bay, go for a drive. And I always grab like the, Pedialyte or whatnot. And I always like the Monster, like the hydrating one, like the, I don't know what you call it, but like the Monster caffeine energy drink. And then make my way back, and then it's just a slow progression in the field. Get the cleats on, step on the turf, pass the ball around, get comfortable. That's about it.
There you go. Now, Kyle, I'm gonna toss it back to you here. What is your favorite indie drill?
Favorite indie drill? It would be catch the tip. It takes all the tight ends, kind of make like a row, and each tight end's waving their hands. And Coach Iucci just beams the ball in there, and you have to really focus on catching the ball. It's a big mental thing. Of course, it's physical because you got to catch it, but it's more of a mental thing. And, tight ends were usually running short routes, catching in traffic. So personally, I like to use that. I like to utilize that drill. So, yeah.
DeVito, what about you? Favorite indie drill?
I like when we do the cup drill, just 3-on-1, pursuit to the running back, work some tackling, work some speed, get that agility in.
There you go. I like that. I like that. Christian, what about you?
I'll probably say, with the bags on the ground, just shuffling in between them, getting the legs warm, things of that nature.
No throwing with the tight ends?
That's not really individual. I mean, I guess you can call it individual. I like throwing Kyle when we go to the tight ends, get a nice little connection there going.
There you go. Christian, no, obviously, we got Coach House who's coaching the DBs this year, man. And you kind of been lighting them up a little bit in one-on-ones lately, man. Like, what kind of goes into one-on-ones, man? Like what's all that about? Do you like doing one-on-ones? Do you not?
Well, I mean, I like one-on-ones. Dunk is not much, obviously one-on-ones is majority just for, receivers and DB. Me personally, I just have to worry about getting the best ball out there for the receiver. Making sure we mess up Coach Haas's DBs.
Oh, Coach Haas, you like one-on-ones?
Shoot, of course, man. I love it when quarterbacks have 9, 10, 11 seconds to throw the ball and they're running triple, double moves.
All right, Coach Haas, I'm gonna ask you this, and this is probably a little bit of a controversial question, but I'm curious to hear the answer. Who's the one wide receiver or tight end on the team where you think that you could stop one-on-one?
Oh gosh, Dunks, there's a huge list.
Huge list.
I mean, it's going to be tough for you to find one that I couldn't stop.
Okay.
I mean, that my physical presence at the line enough is right there is enough. It's done with.
Yeah, I think our wide receiver tight end group probably would like a word on that, right, Kyle?
I mean, we can line it up and go, Dunks. I'm just going to say, I'm being the head coach, I get to be the referee as well. And I don't think there'll be a holding or a PI call during that drill.
You know what? I have to say, when that visor's on and he fixes them glasses and he's on the 7-on-7 and I'm, he just did it. We're face to face. It's a little intimidating. He gets in my head. It's a good game week preparation, I will say.
So Jake Mueller just texted me and said, Coach Haas, he could beat you in an Oklahoma drill. What do you have to say about that?
If part-time, no time ever shows up, we'll get it done.
Part-time.
I don't think Jake Mueller's ever put on pads before.
That's because he doesn't ever show up. That's why his nickname is part-time, no time.
Damn, that's tough. That's crazy. But let's dive in a little bit, DeVito, to your position coach, Coach Mueller. What are your thoughts on him? What do you like about Coach Mueller?
Coach Mueller's a great guy. He's one of the reasons I came here. He's smart. He knows what to do. He knows how to make a simple, effective game plan. He knows how to teach and coach every player to how they want to be coached. He gets his points across. He could get on you. He's like a father figure. There's nothing you can't like about him.
That's a terrific answer, DeVito. Christian, what about you? You obviously Coach Potier is your position coach, and he's been on the podcast before actually. So shout out to him. But what do you like about Coach Potier, Christian?
He's a very like DeVito said it with Mullen. He's a very smart guy. He's taught me things that I didn't even know of before I got here, as far as defensively going through reads and coverages and things of that nature. And then just off the football, we'll just be laughing like 5 minutes before our meeting starts. The whole quarterback room just chopping it up. So all around, big fan of him.
Yeah, as Kyle Jessup would say.
Yeah.
Kyle, what about you? Coach Idens, obviously your position coach. What do you like the most about Coach Idens?
I think me and all the tight ends are grateful to have like a full-time coach. He brings a lot of energy to the meeting room. We're like kind of like similar to Christian. We're always laughing. It's always something. We have a lot of inside jokes. But at the end of the day, I could tell he takes his job very seriously and all he wants the best for us. So I could see through that, and I appreciate having a full-time coach.
So one of the players actually told me to ask this tonight, and this is going to be a question moving forward. Christian, I'll start with you. Who is the toughest coach on the team?
That's a tough question, Doug, because majority walk around Coach Pete, and obviously he expects a lot from me being the position. But toughest coach, I'll say one. Every time I look at the running backs with Coach McCray, they look like they're over there doing drills. So
he's got some individual now. Some of his indie drills we have to stop and watch. They are crazy.
Yeah, they're crazy. So if I had to pick a toughest coach, probably him.
Okay. I like that pick. And now I have filmed Coach McCray's drills, and I'm amazed. Like some of the drills that he's having those guys do, like they're so cool, exciting. They look like they're having fun, which is the whole point of football, right? To have fun. Kyle, what about you?
I would have to say Coach McCray, because tight ends are right there, right next to them during Indy. And I'm like, damn, I'm gassed, taking steps on the goal line. Yeah, he's getting them boys to work. So, yeah, I definitely have respect for Coach McCray. He's a great coach and know what he's doing too. So, yeah.
DeVito, what about you?
See, I'm on the other side of the field. I barely hear him. So I'm still going to stick with Coach Mullen. But I could hear him sometimes and see how crazy he gets. See his TikToks.
He got 30,000 likes on that TikTok drill.
Yeah. You got to check.
Now, Coach Haas, I'm going to ask you this. Who is, in your opinion, in the office, the funniest coach on the staff?
Coach Collins.
Okay. Yeah. I feel that. I would say the funniest coach on the staff is Mullen and Collins, because when they're together.
Well, yeah, see, that doesn't count. You can't put them together because it just spirals into chaos. That's why one has to coach on offense and one has to coach on defense.
That's true. But yeah, I mean, when they're together, it is very funny. It is quite the vibe in the office. Now, boys, what is the thing that you are most looking forward to this week? DeVito, I will start with you.
I'm just thankful for the opportunity to play at home. We only have 4 of them this year. And we're playing the number 1 team in the country at home. Can't get much better than that.
Christian, what about you?
It would be the same thing, Dunk. I'm looking forward to obviously this Saturday, but obviously before Saturday we got to have a great week of preparation before that. So I'm looking forward to the opportunity to get that book.
Kyle?
That's 3 of 3. I think they hit it on the head. I'm excited to be home. We don't have many home games, and it's going to take it all in and do the thing.
Coach Haas, man, what is the so for practice this week, obviously in the AM, so what's that schedule kind of looking like this week practice-wise?
Well, Dunks, we're going to switch things up and do it the exact same way we did it before. 6 a.m. team meeting, 6:05 OD, on the field at 7:15, getting after it.
There you go. I like that. Now, Coach Haas, what is your favorite drill period of practice? Is it team? Is it 7-on? What's your favorite type of period in practice? It could be a drill. What's your go-to?
My favorite period is DAP.
That stretch?
Because I get to interact with everybody. I get to walk around, right? I get to joke around with guys, get to see where their mind's at, get to fire them up a little bit. I love that.
I love that answer. That's a terrific answer, and I was not expecting that either, which made it so good. Coach Haas, I think it's time. Obviously we didn't do a podcast before the Albion game, so I couldn't do it before the Albion game. But we took an L in that game, so now I feel like we got to do predictions, right? We got to get this on the record right now. And here's what I'm going to tell you guys. Okay, I'm around this football team every day. We got a bad taste in our mouth from Albion. We got a week to get rested up, get ready for it. The Firebirds are going to win and upset North Central 27-24 on a game-winning 38-yard field goal.
I'll take it, Dunks. I'll take it.
And we're gonna have quite the party after the game. That's all I'm going to say. Boys, thank you so much for joining me. We have had 10-plus people watching this stream throughout the whole thing, so I appreciate it. Saw Billadoo in here, Kramer obviously in here, Mr. Marquette in here. To anybody that was watching this, we greatly appreciate it. Obviously we're trying to do this for fans of Carthage, for the players, and obviously, get Coach Haas out there on social media. Get his Instagram followers up. That's That's kind of the goal this year. Get them Instagram followers.
How many do I need to have? I think I got like 100.
Coach Haas, man, we got to get you over 500. Come on.
Over 500. That's the threshold. How many followers you got?
We gotta get you to 1,000.
570.
You have 570.
Yep.
All right. So how many months are you going to take? Do I get to get past you? How many months is it going to take me to get past Dunks and followers?
Comment that down below. I'm interested.
You're gonna have to put my Instagram out there.
Oh, we will. It'll be linked down below. Don't worry.
Oh, is it? What is my Instagram name, Dunks?
Dustin Haas.
Is it? Okay. It's not Coach Dustin Haas. I like to go with Coach Dustin Haas.
It's one of the two.
I mean, I bet you it's Coach, because just like my Twitter, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Is Twitter out? I got a lot of followers on Twitter. Is that out now?
I noticed that you have a lot of followers.
We have a lot of followers.
Well, I mean, you Coach Haas, you got so many football guys following you. It's what you do. But also, Coach Haas, real quick before I let you guys go, you took down your alma mater took down Dibble's team this week. So big win for the Indiana Hoosiers.
Dunks, I don't know if that was ever in question.
I mean, I thought it was 10-0 at halftime.
Shoot, it's just halftime, Dunks. Doesn't matter till the end of the game.
I hear you. But thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Maybe part-time, no time will be back next week. Who knows with Jake Mueller? He says he's mowing his lawn right now. Mueller Meadows doesn't stop for anybody apparently. But to Chris, to Christian, to Kyle, Coach Haas, obviously, thank you guys so much for joining me. And we'll see you guys next Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Peace out. Have a great night and go Firebirds.
Thanks, Dunks.
Hey,
Thank you.